What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 11 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we are once again using this really cool Necrozma team built by some random gamer. We had really good success with it yesterday, and I'm hoping to keep that up today. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Yveltal. It is going to be Yveltal with Regieleki, Whimsicott, a Alolan Ninetales, sorry, Landorus, and a Torkoal. So as much as I want to mix things up, it is really hard to argue with Indeedee Hatterene in this scenario. It just is so strong. Necrozma here, and then Torkoal just makes the most sense. I think it gives us the best answer of changing weather. It deals with stuff really well, having access to particularly Earth Power. So I think we are just going to kind of go with the standard of Follow Me Trick Room, and then from there setting up Necrozma to really deal with a potential Landorus, and then once we get real big, we can really sort of utilize things in our favor. So we are going to see a lead of Yveltal Ninetales. Yveltal Ninetales, a little scary. Scary just due to the fact that Ninetales has access to Blizzard. But other than that, not really worried about things too much. We do have the great, like I said, Follow Me. So as long as we don't get frozen, yeah, we just need to not get frozen on Hatterene, and I think we're in a very commanding position. So we go for a Follow Me as well as a Trick Room here, and then we do have the advantage that sort of a double expanding force should be good. We should lose Hatterene. I mean, not Hatterene. We should lose Indeedee here, so that gives us the free switch in into into Necrozma. Indeedee is frozen. Indeedee being frozen is fine. Snarl comes out. This is actually a little awkward now. That was close. We are going to see it as Life Orb on the Yveltal. We do get a Trick Room. We are going to go down to Hail. So now is the awkward part. What do we do? What do we do? We can bring out Necrozma. Yeah, let's bring out Necrozma. We can go for a Steel Spike into the... Let's bring out Torkoal here, and then Steel Spike into Yveltal for the defense boost. Let's Rockfall into Yveltal. That way, in the event that Ninetales is Focus Sash, we can at least break the Sash. This will do some chip to Torkoal, but we do have Heat Wave, right? We do have Heat Wave, so Heat Wave is good for us in this position. So let's see. Okay, so we are maxing first. If they don't max, we should get a KO onto the Yveltal. If they go for a Sucker Punch, that's really great for us because that'll proc the weakness policy, and we should be able to... Oh, they can't. There's a Psychic Trait, so they can't actually go for the Sucker Punch, which is good for us. We are going to see the max on Yveltal, which is... it's not the best. We do have a good amount of special defense, so we should be able to live a hit. With the weather change, it means that you no longer have 100% accuracy with Blizzard. I think Blizzard is 50%, so that's always really nice. We will get the Rockfall off. This should do a pretty big chunk into you. Okay. Not as much as I would have liked. The weakness policy obviously would have been really good here. Changing the weather means that we break the Sash on Ninetales. You also cannot set up Aurora Veil. Max Darkness comes out into Torkoal. That's tricky. This is tricky now because of the fact that we are pretty much solely relying on Necrozma, as we will see a Blizzard. Blizzard will hit. Please don't freeze. Perfect, no freeze. We have a Frozen Indeedee. Frozen Indeedee is always fun. do have a lot of special attack, so expanding force isn't the worst thing here. I'm gonna Rockfall here. I know that the max guard is fairly obvious, but I can't really afford to take too much damage on Necrozma, mainly because of the fact that like it really is going to be my endgame sweeper. And I think the fact that they're not switching out suggests that they might not have brought Landorus, which is really good for us. We are just going to connect the Rockfall, which is great. This now really comes down to Indeedee unfreezing, which is fun. Freeze can definitely be a painful status to deal with, but there's a lot of... Okay, so Indeedee's frozen. We are going to see Blizzard. It is going to double connect. Lovely. So Indeedee goes down. We do have the special defense boost on Necrozma, and we do have a turn left of Max. Landorus, scary. Landorus not the end of the world because we can Steel Spike for a defense boost, as we will see Torkoal. Torkoal, we are big. We are big, so that's really helpful here. I'm going to Quake into Torkoal. We do have to survive in a single target eruption, but if we can do that, we're in a pretty good position. We will see the Ninetales switch out, guessing into Landorus if you have it. Okay, it is Whimsicott, so this isn't actually the worst if we survive. Okay, we don't survive the eruption. I was gonna say if we live the eruption, we would have been able to KO the Torkoal and then set up for the end game, but that first turn was definitely a little awkward given the fact that yeah, it just was awkward in how it went. I think the freeze on Indeedee really hurt because it meant that we weren't able to get off some critical damage and then just them hitting that. But overall, like, it is what it is. We had a really good streak yesterday, so it's fine that we can't win them all. And yeah, let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Solgaleo. Cute. Solgaleo with Tornadus, a Dragovish, a Moltres, Raichu, and Comfey. Venusaur is tempting here, mainly just because I haven't brought it. Doing this with Indeedee seems nice. We do have to worry a little bit about let's do this, just mainly because we want to try and mix things up. The Trick Room route is nice. The issue right now is we want to max both Necrozma and Venusaur. So I think depending on what they bring will really determine how things play out. Okay, so Dragovish and Horn, which is fine. Yeah, Dragovish Torn is fine. We can go for a Protect here and go for a Vine Lash. Let's do this. So, I always forget how Vicious Rend works. If it's like, it's okay. If they hit first, I mean, this is in the sun. I know it's stab super effective, but it's also like in the sun. So I feel pretty confident in our ability to survive a hit. Okay. Well, I'm thankful that they hit into Venusaur. Heat Wave connects. That's good. This should... Yeah, Dragovish goes down to Vine Lash. We do get a lot of chip onto Torn. You know, Rain Dance is a thing. Could be Moltres. Moltres is probably what I'm most afraid of. Okay, Solgaleo. Solgaleo is workable. I would like to bring out Indeedee here and go for a Max Quake. We are potentially triggering a policy. But we do have Torkoal, which can go for an Eruption. Or not an Eruption, an Earth Power as well. So we do have that going for us. Yeah, this is a little tricky because we are potentially proccing their weakness policy. But that's fine. I think because of the fact that we do have redirection, that really sort of benefits us. Let's see kind of what they go for. I think they should be maxing Solgaleo this turn, and that'll be a little bit tricky. But yeah, we are going to see a max. If you want to max Torn, I'm not complaining. We are max HP. So I don't know if we take a hit from their Necrozma. I mean, not their Necrozma, their Solgaleo, but I want to say we do. Steel Spike comes out into Venusaur. Please live. 213, perfect. Yeah, Solgaleo is not the most offensive. We do still also have to live an Air Slash, which I was really hoping, given the fact that we have what's it called? We have the Assault Vest, we would have lived that. We do get some good damage onto them. Let's bring out Torkoal here to go for an Earth Power, right? Yeah, let's go Torkoal. I think the expectation, right, is that I'm gonna go for an Eruption. So you go for what's it called? You go for a Rain Dance. So we can bait out the Rain Dance to try and live a hit. Say, I'm going to follow me Indeedee and go for an Earth Power here. The issue is we still don't know if this is weakness policy, and I really would have appreciated the extra damage from Venusaur. We should see a Rain Dance here. No Rain Dance, just straight up attack, which I respect. Really wish I had gone for an Eruption now. Yeah, Eruption would have been great here. We see the Air Slash come out onto Indeedee. Indeedee lives, which is good for us. Jesus. Okay, so you are going to definitely KO us. I'm gonna go for an Eruption. I'm gonna say we go for another Follow Me. Even if you Rain Dance here, I need the damage from Eruption. You don't really have it makes sense to go for Rain Dance this turn because of the fact that right, you're gonna KO me here. You could just say I'm gonna double up in the event that you switch it up, but okay, perfect. Rockfall is fine. Into Indeedee, that's fine. You will get the special defense boost. This is turn 3. Please miss your Air Slash. That you didn't listen. Overhat. Oh, that flinch hurts. That flinch really hurts. Yeah, and you live. Ugh, that flinch hurts. We don't have Protect because we have Morning Sun. You probably have Earthquake. Yeah. Your Max Quake is Earthquake, so you I don't know. You might not. You might. Yeah, you have Earthquake. You have Torn, so it doesn't matter. Oh, that flinch was a huge deal. Because we would have gotten a lot of damage. We are going to see a withdraw into it doesn't matter at this point. Into Comfy. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter here. Should be an Earth. Oh, it's a Rock Slide. This is okay. This is interesting. We see the Rock Slide into Necrozma doing not that much. This lets me fire off an Earthquake for big damage onto both. You already are boosted. That's actually good damage on a Comfy. Interesting. I would have played that very differently. Sunsteel Strike here. Go for a Heat Wave. This is interesting now that you are... Yeah, we'll see the Floral Healing. Floral Healing is... I mean, it's not fine, but it makes it by me. God, that's so much. Comfy is absurd. Rock Slide, of course, double connects. Torkoal goes down. I'm interested... Oh, they're probably afraid of proccing a weakness policy. Sunsteel Strike on my end. This should be enough to KO the Comfy. You are at +2. I really do not know why you are afraid of just KOing me. Yeah, that extra damage... The extra damage really matters because we would have picked up the KO onto Solgaleo if we hadn't been flinched by Torkoal. Or hadn't had Torkoal flinch. We go for just Earthquake, I guess. You should just Earthquake and KO me here. I don't know why you didn't do that earlier, but I mean, maybe you don't have it. Taunt, unfortunate. We can't heal, but it doesn't matter. Didn't they go for a Max Quake? Do they just not have? I mean, this is gonna do a lot. I don't know what I'm... Yeah, we can't even take another one unless we crit. Come on, crit. Get that crit. Get that crit. Get that crit. No. Not even close. Go for the Earthquake. We can get... Yeah, even a Sunsteel Strike miss won't do it. So... Yeah, wait, you have Earthquake. What do you do? Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what could have happened here. I think setting up could have been beneficial to go for Indeedee Hat. Indeedee Hat, I think, would have been really beneficial. I think Venusaur didn't do enough. I think it going down to Torn really hurt. Yeah, having to, if we'd survived, I think that Air Slash, which I'm shocked we didn't, I think that could have made a really big impact because we are max HP with Assault Vest. But even still, yeah, having that, getting that extra chip damage, not getting flinched to get that KO there, I think there was a lot of different factors. Also, the turn they didn't go for Rain Dance, where I was like, oh, they're going to go for Rain. I should have played a little bit more aggressively than I did. But overall, I think still a solid second battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is another Yveltal team. It is Dusclops, Yveltal with Landorus, Urshifu, a Volcarona, and Rillaboom. Indeedee Hat, Torkoal, and Necrozma. I think this is our best bet. You don't have a way. Snarl Earthquake is a little scary. Not having a fairy type move on Hat is like a little tricky. I think having that extra damage to threaten stuff like Yveltal would be nice, but I mean, you don't really expect to see Yveltal too much, and as a result, like, it can be a little tricky. But let's kind of see how things play out. We will see Urshifu. Okay, Urshifu Volcarona is your Rapid Strike. That's great. Okay, I love that. Rapid Strike is perfect. That is a follow me Trick Room 100% of the day. You are not the Dark One. Yep, follow me here. And a Trick Room here. That gives us the ability to KO Urshifu. Fear is okay. U-turn is perfect. This should be Yveltal. This should be Yveltal that comes out. We do have to be a little bit cognizant of Volcarona. Oh, okay. Rillaboom is fine here. Rillaboom not ideal, but Rillaboom also fine. We will lose. You get Fake Out. Strugglebug is fine. Oh yeah, we have Torkoal. Duh. Hatterene sets up Trick Room. I want to Rockfall into Volcarona because Volcarona I care a little bit more about. Yeah, let's bring out Necrozma. Let's go for the Brutal Swing. Rillaboom not really gonna do too much. So we have a clear Max Rockfall here as well as a Brutal Swing. Just yeah, I wanna get rid of Volcarona more than anything. Getting the boost up, it's probably gonna be what? Fake out Hat. That's what I'm guessing. Magic Bounce doesn't reflect that. If we get this off, we can KO the Volcarona. We still have to deal with what was the thing that they had? Urshifu not a big deal because of Hatterene. Interesting. You're gonna stay in. We're gonna proc the weakness policy on Necrozma. We should be able to Rocky Helmet on Volcarona. That's fine. Get the KO here. We can deal with Urshifu barring what if you KO Hatterene this turn, it's a little tricky because it's still fine. Knockoff onto me. Necrozma gonna take absolutely nothing. That's perfect. Hatterene getting a little low, but we do have Grassy Terrain. We do have access to Life Dew. I think that's gonna play a really big role. Yeah, we now have ways of hitting big damage onto everything, right? Rillaboom going to go down to a Steel Spike. We know that we can go for an Expanding Force onto Urshifu, which should bring it down into Sash range. And then, yeah, Yveltal. Yveltal really not going to like a Rockfall at +2. So we can go for a Rockfall here as well as an Expanding Force onto the Rillaboom. Just because we should be able to get good damage there. We will see a Protect. Okay, Protect is fine. Trying to stall out my Max makes sense. We will at least get some damage through. Expanding Force comes out onto the Rillaboom. Should do a good chunk. Not as much as I would like, you know, but we'll take it. We'll get a solid amount here. Yeah, that's a real solid amount. Trigger your weakness policy, that's fine. We still have turns of high horsepower also fine. We can at this point go for a Life Dew. We could Life Dew and Rockfall into Yveltal. We do have the advantage that we do have the boost. I think if we can secure that, we should be fine. I mean, Necrozma is just in such a phenomenal position. I'd much rather put pressure onto Rillaboom. Yeah, let's just go for a Rockfall here as well as I could Life Dew. Let's go for a Life Dew. I think they're so focused on dealing with Necrozma that getting the Hatterene damage is nice. Okay, I am very glad we went for that Life Dew. Recover up Real nice here. Get a good amount of HP back on both. Necrozma really appreciating that one. Rockfall comes out. We do have to still be a little bit weary of the fact that they have their max left. But overall, we should be in a good position, right? You pick up, you get, okay, into Necrozma. Necrozma survives. Perfect. Steel Spike, Expanding Force. Yeah, we should be able to Expanding Force and Sunsteel Strike into their Rillaboom for good damage. And then, yeah, Sandstorm goes first, so we can bring our Shifu down to Sash. We should be able to live an Aqua Jet. That's the real question of, can we live an Aqua Jet? I mean, we have so much HP left. Sunsteel Strike into Rillaboom and Expanding Force into Urshifu. We want to get the KO onto Urshifu because Torkoal can handle Rillaboom in the end game. It is still a little tricky though, just given how many Trick Room turns are left. Yeah, if we can have what we have max HP, which I mean it doesn't really matter. Grassy Glide, this should be a double up into Necrozma. Yeah, you should be trying to KO me here. Yep, that's fine. Life Dew comes out on, or Expanding Force should KO Urshifu. Yeah, okay, perfect. Urshifu gone. That means we have Eruption Torkoal as well as Expanding Force before that Rillaboom can do anything, and the Rillaboom isn't. Yeah, the Rillaboom has taken a good amount of chunk. We know how much the Expanding Force will do. We do have a turn of... Oh. Okay, Protect. We can make a risky read here. If you assume you're gonna target, I'm gonna click Heat Wave and Trick Room. This is very risky because what happens here, right, is if my thought process was protect Torkoal, Trick Room, and then heal up and then attack. But if you KO Hatterene, to do that, we automatically lose. We still auto lose here, but you know we at least have a chance if you call me protecting. But no, that's a straight, yeah, that's a Max Quake into Torkoal. Torkoal lives. Torkoal going to be able to take that, which is actually good. Heat Wave gonna come out, do a solid chunk. This lets us set up Trick Room. This means that we can set up the Eruption with... Yeah, okay, I didn't actually expect to live that, so we'll take that. Who is... Wait, I need to check speeds. Check summary. You are speed 38. Okay, so Hatterene is slower. So Hatterene goes first. So we can go for an Eruption and we can go for a Life Dew. This puts Torkoal at over half, which means that Eruption will do more than Heat Wave. We have the guaranteed I don't know if it'll do more, but like it means Hatterene also recovers a bit, and that's kind of what we care about most. So we will get that nice recovery off Eruption into Rillaboom. Sad day, but I mean Hatterene at this point does have an Expanding Force, so even if Torkoal goes down here, which it does, we can click Expanding Force. So I actually thought we lost that. I think my plan would have been better to go for a Protect, but it worked out real well because now at this point we click Expanding Force onto Rillaboom, and that will do enough to finish things off. So definitely some scary battles for sure. I know that there were some unfortunate moments in terms of hacks and also some really good moments. This one felt a little tricky at times, but we really were able to pull it off. I think Hatterene having that recovery, sorry, it's not something you see every day, and it absolutely just put in work. being able to help out Necrozma survive some hits for one more turn. It helped out Torkoal get off a much bigger heat wave. I am a little curious. Let's quickly check out their team. Eviolite, Dusclops, Ally Switch, love that. Sucker Punch, Oblivion, Protect, Snarl. And this is, yep, a weakness policy variant. Landorus, I'm shocked no one brings Landorus, despite the fact that it has a good matchup. Outrage, not something you see every day, and a Citrus variant at that, so that's cool. Urshifu, Choice Scarf. Okay, Choice Scarf, which explains the U-turn on it. We will see, yeah, the Rocky Helmet, as we saw, Struggle Bug, Heat Wave, really good last gen. Series, I don't know how I feel about it now, but it is what it is. Probably Assault Vest. Yeah, Assault Vest, Rillaboom, pretty standard, and then, yeah, we're back to first Dusclops. So overall, some really good battles. Still figuring out what we're going to do next, so keep an eye out for that, and until next time, I hope